Let's have some Hubitat Halloween fun. Hey, Pete the Hubitat Hub Whisperer here, helping you make the most of your elevated home. The Hubitat Elevation Hub opens up The Hubitat Elevation Hub opens up a world of potential Halloween automations to entertain or, well, scare the bejeebers out of trick-or-treaters. Today we're going to give you just a little taste of what's possible by creating an automation that changes light colors and plays a spooky audio clip when trick-or-treaters show up at your door. For this automation, we're using the Color Smart Bulb over the front door, and we're hiding a Sonos speaker behind this gravestone on the stoop. We're going to take this motion sensor, angle it back towards the door, so it triggers our automation only when kids reach the top step. In a recent video, we showed you how to do text-to-speech on a Sonos speaker, which is a really neat feature. Now for this automation, we're going to trigger an MP3 audio file to play on that same speaker. Now the only way to do that is with the Rule Machine app. Now that's cool because it gives us an opportunity to show off the new features of Rule Machine in version 2.3.3. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is save our audio MP3 file onto the hub. Now to do that, we're going to go to Settings, and then we're going to click on File Manager. We'll select our file from our desktop, and then we'll hit Upload. Now once the file's uploaded, click on it, and then we're going to copy the IP address. We're going to use that later in our Rule Machine app. Okay, everything's set up. Time to build this automation. Again, we got to use Rule Machine to do this. We're going to do Rule Machine. We create a new rule. Call it Halloween Fun. All right, now we select a trigger event first. This is going to be that motion sensor I showed you. So capability is going to be motion. And we're going to select the Halloween motion sensor right there. That's it. When it reports as active, we're going to trigger this event. We're done with our trigger events. Now moving on to selecting the actions we want to run. Now this is where we've made some changes here for 2.3.3. So you have this new grid style here, a little easier to follow. We create the action with this plus symbol here. Our first action we want to do is turn on the bulb to purple. So we're going to set our bulbs. We're going to set a color for our front door bulb number 1. We're going to make that purple. I'm going to bring that up to 100% as well. So that's our first action, turning that light purple. Create another action, go right here to the plus sign. And now we got to work on the speaker. So this is our Sonos speaker. We're going to control the music player. First, we want to turn this volume up for this, make sure it's nice and loud so the whole neighborhood can hear. Turn that to 100%. Done with that. Now we will make it play our track. Again, going down to set, control the music player. This time we're controlling the music player. Living room Sonos. Same thing, we just put that outside. And now we're going to play the track. This is that track we saved on the hub earlier. Again, I saved the IP address of that, which is right there. So we're going to add that there. And we are done with that action. And the final thing we want to do now is we want to turn the light back to white when the people leave, when the trick-or-treaters leave. So we need to wait until an action, or an event, sorry, and that event is when the motion sensor shows there's no motion. So we're going to set capability for the motion sensor. That's the Halloween motion sensor. And then when motion reports inactive. So when it reports inactive, we are going to turn the light back on. So we're done with the wait event. And now we're going to control a bulb one more time. And this time we're going to set the color temperature for that bulb. And this is this front door bulb. Same bulb as before. And we're going to set the color temperature back to a nice white there. And that only needs to be 70%. That's our typical bulb level for that. So that's all we've got there. So we're done with that action, and we are done with all of our actions. So let's just review our rule right here. So when the motion sensor triggers that motion is active, it's going to turn the bulb purple. It's going to crank the volume up on the Sonos. It's going to play our track, and then when everyone leaves, i.e. the motion is inactive, it's going to turn the bulb back to a beautiful white. So let's see how that works in action. So there you have it. Our house is now the coolest Halloween destination in the neighborhood. Except maybe for that house. And then there's a guy down the street that hands out king-size Snicker bars, but it's a start. For more automation ideas, check out our community at community.hubitat.com. As always, thanks for watching, and thanks for elevating your environment with Hubitat Elevation.